In this episode,
Your mom she's a very apologetic kind of woman, and she would have been like that in life too. You know, she's really sorry that she died around your birthdays and wrecked it. And did you get married when you were 17 or 18 or something? You like run away with a guy when you were really young?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, like it was like, he's showing me where I ran away with the circus. I know, everything gets revealed here, right? So it's just not just the stuff you want to get talked about, right? It's like, you're like me. You have abilities like me, they're saying.
I do.
Ever since I was little, I had a strange and uncanny ability to know things about people. But when I was 19, I was the victim of violence, and I had a really strange out-of-body experience. The worst day of my life became the best day because it left me with an ability to help others in a really deep and meaningful way. I'm able to connect and communicate and share messages from our loved ones who've passed on and are part of spirit now. And it's all about hope, healing, forgiveness, and most of all, love. I'm Colette Baron-Reid, and I'm here to share messages from spirit. Did you go to Italy with your family?
Yes.
Is this correct? Okay, and you did it a lot.
I did a couple
You
of
on
times.
your own. You went to Italy, yeah, because I'm seeing you going.
But I did go with my parents.
Very loud people in this case, right? Like you weren't heard at all in the family. They're saying,
No.
I'm sorry that we didn't hear you, right? Like you were fighting to be heard all the time.
I was rebellious, so maybe.
Well, they weren't listening. So they're all right, and I believe we're talking about your dad, and I believe that we're talking about a parent who is passed.
Yes.
So if is only one of your parents passed, then it
Yes.
would be your mother, right?
Right.
So yes, and she's showing me all these things, right? And also fussing, right? So very, very fussing. It was really difficult because it was a slow death. Did you have, well, you know, you watched her go, as she said. She's saying she deteriorated in front of you as opposed to a heart attack. This is somebody who died over a period of time, right?
That's right.
And there's 4 of you?
Yes.
Yes. What does 2 and 2 mean to you? 2 and 2. 2 and 2. She's showing me 2 and 2. There, she keeps going, 2 and 2. You'll understand this, 2 and 2.
It's my birthday, so 22.
February 2nd? Or 2 and 2?
April 22nd, so 22.
22. Oh, 2
Right.
and yes. Okay.
22.
And there was a second one that was, what was February to do with her passing? February. She's showing me February.
Well, that's when she kind of took a dive.
For the worst, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did she die close to your birthday? Yes. Okay. So she says that, yes, because she's saying that that she kind of made what it should be a celebration a sad thing for you. That's why she's going to. 2 things happened around your birthday. That's
Well, it
what
was
she's
also
like.
my daughter's birthday, so she died just
2.
right after my daughter's.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 and
There you
2.
go.
Yes. So
Mine
2
and-
of you.
yeah.
Yes. So you know what's really funny? Your mom she's a very apologetic kind of woman, and she would have been like that in life too. Like I'm sorry, not just a Canadian way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, she's really sorry that she died around your birthdays and wrecked it. That's what she's saying, and you got to start celebrating because she's in really good shape over there. Okay, so because she's saying that she's with a child that was not born as well, so she's holding on to a little kid.
I know someone who passed at 2 years old, but not.
Well, she's
She
holding on
wasn't-
to a little kid. There's also an unborn child she's connecting to as well, too. So somebody had miscarried
Yeah.
or, yeah. Your father was really hardcore. She's like showing him as very stubborn. Oh my God.
yeah.
She's calling him an ox. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Stubborn like an ox.
He still is.
Yeah, but loves his family and would do anything for his family. So she says, pay attention to your dad. He's very lonely and he will never say. He will never admit to it. He's, you know, he misses her all the time. He talks to her in the house, and you got to have him change where he lives a little bit. It's always the same. It needs to be changed, and he doesn't want it to change. This is an important decision you guys have to make. It's time. It's time. He can't do it. Do you understand what she's saying to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew she loved you. You totally knew that she loved you. And she's like, rock on. So she says it in such a weird way, like she tried to be hip and cool when you were trying to be hip and cool. Because she really wanted to let you know she accepted you the whole time. She also wants you to remember one last thing, right? So she's showing me like a little plastic, like a little plastic yellow, like a little plastic yellow. Not a,
Like a cart?
Cart,
Yeah.
like a cart,
Yeah.
right? So, and that you sit in it? Yes, you used to sit in it, right? So, and she would take you or it looked like and it had little red wheels, like yellow and red. Yes, yes, yes. She says, when you were happy, the innocence that you had then, don't be so angry at, I don't know, this person around you right now. You can't be so angry that you lose your innocence, right? It's not worth it. She goes, when you get over there, you look at it and go, what a waste of time. You know exactly what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go. Bless you.
Thank you. Well, my mom passed away May 31st, 2006. She died of cancer. She was diagnosed with the cancer probably almost a year before. And then she just took a turn for the worse in the beginning of the year, maybe about February, as Colette stated. And then she just basically, it was just like month to month, we just didn't know what was gonna happen, but we didn't think she was gonna pass, to tell you the truth. And she's obviously very sensitive to my father, who's still alive, and basically have to take care of certain things that she's asked me to do. So I will definitely do that.
Coming up, Anna connects to her grandfather.
He's showing me a lot of separation. So a lot of like splitting up, family splinters, right? So, and you don't do well with that.
In this reading, Anna connects to her grandfather.
And I'm getting a Polish man who is a plumber.
My grandfather was an electrician.
Okay, did he work around pipes and did he work in factories in like bigger, I think it is you. He's saying it's you. He's telling me I'm stupid. Okay, that's good. All right, so it's definitely you. It's gotta be you. I'm also getting, he's showing me a lot of separation. So a lot of like splitting up, family splinters, right? So, and you don't do well with that, and you don't trust easily because of that, right? So, and he wants to take responsibility for that as well. And, so you have a belly button magnet for controlling, macho kind of guys that are really hurting and emotionally crippled inside a lot of times, right? So you did a lot of messy healing, if I will say, between the men. And did you get married when you were 17 or 18 or something? You like run away with a guy when you were really young?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it was like, he's showing me where I ran away with the circus, right? So, pretty much, right? He calls it a circus, right? And you were a big circus in the family. It was like a scandal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I know everything gets revealed here, right? So it's just not just the stuff you want to get talked about, right? It's like he's really enjoying this over there, right? So, okay. So you look a lot younger than your age.
I hope so.
Okay. So you had kids late. Yeah.
My first.
Your first, yes.
When I was 30.
Okay. Because you had 3 big relationships. The big heartbreak was the circus guy, right? So,
Yes.
which you thought was going to kill you forever, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's like a rock star, rock and roll kind of
Yes.
god, right? He thought he was one, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
the second one was when you decided you needed to settle down and be with somebody normal, and that did not work, right? So because it was too normal, and you felt like a suburbia out there, and what the heck did I just do? And he was it was kind of like an experiment.
It was, yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
But I like this one. I actually like this one. He's tough, though. He's not easy to handle, this husband of yours. So here's the thing. I see another pregnancy that
wow.
should not happen. So I'm just going to say it shouldn't happen because I don't see I want it at all, right? So it's like, uh-oh. But I do see another baby in the house. So maybe it's a dog or a cat, or you're bringing a pet in or something. So, and I'm also seeing a brand new business.
Well, I'm actually running a business right now, but I don't know where it's going to go.
Is it brand new?
It's a year and a half old.
And is there sales and marketing attached to it?
It's a service business.
But you have to sell it to
Yes.
people, et cetera?
Yes.
Okay. So it's international, it could be
Yes.
international. You got to hang in there. This thing hasn't taken off yet.
No.
So, and I'm seeing like, oh, I'm seeing all this stuff online. I'm seeing that you haven't got the right people working for you. You're doing it all yourself.
It feels like it.
Yeah, it does to me too.
Yeah.
So anyway, so don't give up on this. This is, you own a share in this.
Yes.
You own shares in this. Yeah, please don't quit yet. It hasn't taken off yet. So, because I see this thing eventually becoming a publicly offered company. It could take another 2-3 years. Don't quit before the miracle happens. You'll regret this.
Okay.
So, but you don't know how to delegate authority to other people. So you have to learn how to do that. Otherwise, you're going to feel like Atlas. Okay? And they love you over there, and they are so sorry about all the splits. But you ended up in a good place now, finally. Finally. Okay. Bless you.
Thank you. It's not I don't want another kid. It's just I feel like I just can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? My husband and I were always talking about adopting, so maybe later on in the future that's going to be a possibility. Hopefully, the business that I'm in is going to be more fruitful, as Colette says. So maybe that's what they were trying to tell me. But I definitely, if I could, as long as I don't have to carry it anymore, I would be delighted to have more kids.
Up next, Anne's Scottish family comes through.
You're like me. You have abilities like me, they're saying.
I do.
In this reading, Anne reconnects to her Scottish family.
Lady there with the glasses and the tattoos up your arms. Yes, you want to keep going. Spirit rocks, move it up. Spirit, yes, yes, yes. Do you write?
Yes,
You do write, okay.
I do.
You do write. Okay, so because every time I looked at you, and I don't think this is coming from anybody from the other side, this is my in-between readings because I'm an oracle and I do this too. So I am getting a series that you're sitting on, a series of books and teaching.
Yes.
Okay, good. You gotta do it. It's like but you know what it is with you? I feel like you have a zillion ideas that are like these spinning plates around you. And then you pull them down and then you start one and they go, I better start this next one. And you don't quite finish all of them. So this year, like I'm definitely seeing publishing around you as well too. So and not self-publishing either. So you have to know that you have something to offer the public. So basically get on with it. Do you have a Scottish connection?
Yes.
Scotland. Okay, so I'm definitely picking up now your family. That was me telling you that, but now I'm connecting with them, right? So they think you're wild. Now, of course you have all the tats that my husband won't let me have, but seriously, you're like me. You have abilities like me, they're saying.
I do.
Yes, and they're saying that it's time now. Like you've tried to be somebody else because you went really conservative for a period of time in your life. So about 12 years ago, is that when you kind of decided you were you? About 12, 13 years ago? Go back in time? Like we're going to go like 1999, 2000?
Wow.
Is that
Blow
correct?
me away.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes, is that yeah, because you came right out then. It was like, I'm out, I'm in, here I am. And then it all began. So I feel that is the marker of your new life. And you must fulfill it now. So they're loving you over there. They're like saying you're fae and you're cool and you're interesting and you're from the fairyland, fairies. And that's the language that they use. They had a really heavy Scottish brogue I'm connecting with. So, but they were very, very earthy people. They weren't snooty. They may have owned a castle, but they were hardworking people.
They were.
Yeah, so they may have had a castle, a drafty castle, but
Yes.
but they created something for people, right? So they were very, very much all about egalitarian, stuff too. They were interesting people. They were very, very interesting. They seem very down to earth for people with their, And you have your own plaid. Is this correct? Do you have your own? What do you call it?
Chisholm.
What's it called?
It's a Chisholm plaid.
Chisholm plaid. Okay, yeah. So it's a special pattern that's yours.
That's correct.
Still ahead, Anne connects to her mother.
She was told she could not have her feelings, and the fact that she tried to make you not have them, and she wants to apologize for trying to force you to be unfeeling when you were little.
In this final reading, Anne connects to her mother.
Now, you also are grateful every day to be alive. Did you have like a
Yes.
serious cancer or illness?
Cancer coming up 3 years ago, yes.
Okay.
Almost, yes.
Breast, is this here, lymphatic?
Mother had the breast, I had kidney.
Okay, so is it kidney on the right side? What is
Right
where is
side.
it? Right side. Okay, I don't know where it is. Isn't that awful? I can talk to dead people, but I don't know where my organs are. Whee! Okay, it's not coming back. Again, I am not God, but you're Scots. It's not oatmeal, and it's not cancer. No more cancer.
Thank you.
That's what they're saying in my head in this heavy brogue. Yeah, you're good. You're good to go, and it's your time now to tell the tale. So, has your mom passed?
Yes.
Yes, because I'm picking up that your mom was very cold towards you. Is this correct? Yeah. So she said she's showing me. Oh wow, she's cold to me too. She was like, "That was correct." I was like, don't ask that. That's I said it. It's right. Okay, gotcha. They come through the same personality just to make sure you know it's them, but they actually aren't really like that. But she's showing you a very cold and unfeeling person. And she wants you to know just how amazed she is that you are not like her, and that you are not at all like her, and that she wants to acknowledge how proud she is that you did not turn out like her. That in fact you have so much love and you're not afraid to give it, and that you are a healer, and that she acknowledges this, and that she was so scared of showing her feelings to the world. She was taught to be quiet, to never cry. She was told she could not have her feelings, and the fact that she tried to make you not have them, and she wants to apologize for trying to force you to be unfeeling when you were little. And she criticized and she ridiculed you when you cried. Yeah, it's okay to cry and be who you are, and that is the healing way, and that she knew this in death. And that even in death, she could not share with you how much she really loved you, because you watched her go.
I did.
And she still couldn't say what she wanted to. And you stood there or was with her, and her dying breath, she still couldn't get it out. And she wants to acknowledge that you felt her spirit, and that you actually tangibly felt her spirit. And she tried to touch your face. Yes. So do you remember this?
Yes.
Okay, so, and she just says, I wanted to tell you how much I loved you, and I couldn't.
I got this tattoo, unto thine own self be true, because my mother, and I never knew how, but I know now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything she said, absolutely, it just blew me away. I was so stunned, and she's rapid fire, so it was like one after the other, and she was explaining my mother and exactly how my mother was. Even when she was dying, she couldn't say that she loved me, and I watched her die for 25 minutes just over 3 years ago, and even then, she couldn't say anything, and it explains now that I understand that, I wasn't allowed to cry, I wasn't allowed to show emotions, I wasn't allowed to be a child. I had to have perfect manners. I was stunted emotionally, and I never felt loved by my mother.
Many of us spend our entire lives, our adult lives, never understanding our parents, what they went through, because they couldn't tell us who they really were. We're taught sometimes by people who just didn't know any better. And what I have learned is that extraordinary healing can take place when these things are acknowledged by someone who's passed over who could not do it in life. And this is the one thing that I know for sure, and that is when the spirit wants to connect to a loved one, it is always and only for a bridge for healing. I communicate with loved ones who have passed in order to bring through their messages, because until we're willing to face our old stories, they'll continue to have power over us. Our loved ones want to make sure that we live our lives to the fullest. So until next time, I'm Colette Baron-Reid with messages from Spirit.
It's been just absolutely fascinating to see the messages that are coming through, and I find myself just touched and moved by every single person's experience, and it's mind-blowing and it's amazing.
I absolutely love the show. I'm blown away that I was lucky enough to get the reading. I'm blown away of how accurate it was. She is just fantastic.
I think it's fantastic. I love Colette. I think she's hilarious and very knowledgeable.
It's wonderful. It's great. It's a great group of people. It's super interesting just to watch someone do what they do so naturally. It's great.
I find it very interesting. She's a great reader with a lot of details.
I'm absolutely loving Colette's show Messages from Spirit because she's so precise and direct, and it always comes with a loving message, which is really nice. And I think it comes from her heart too. You can feel that.